Yo, what's going on? How's all y'all Sunday going on? What's up with everybody? Yeah, I wanted to make a video. I guess talking about last night's preseason game against the Lions, man, and maybe give my thoughts on what transpired. Um, First off, I'll tell you what, Ben looked great. Ben looked like Ben 12 back 2008, 2009, but I'm not surprised. Shout out to DK Pittsburgh, man. I'll tell you what, that's a legit. I'll tell you what, you're a legit sports outlet, man. I can't even listen to your other Steeler network. I mean, they either don't talk Steeler football, they trash them, or they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. At least you guys, man, are straight up. You actually tell us what's going on in practice and what you see in practice. Dejan Kavakovic, whatever. Hey, you hit the nail on the head, man. You're like you said, we're gonna see something that you know what I mean. We ain't seen in a while that you're seeing in practice, but we don't get to see. But again, people that were saying 2020 Ben, blah blah blah, and talking about he's dicking and dunking. Look, you gotta understand something. The reason that it's not so much of Ben. This is an injury that you don't really see in football. This is a baseball injury. This is a pitcher's injury, like a Tommy John. Terry Bradshaw had this something similar and ended his career. So there's not really a history how to rehab it and all that. So they took the cautionary route because guess what? If he does something again, that's going to probably be most likely the end of his career. So they took it easy and then not only that, they figured get the ball out and then plus he ain't taking hits. Okay? Well, guess what? It's 2 years removed. He hasn't done all that extra throwing rehab. And his arm it feels like it's normal. So he was, and before, remember, he was playing with this injury and just getting by with it, and dealing with it. Now it's fully back, better than ever, as you can see. And again, that's another thing. The one thing you could tell last year, not so much him not getting out the pocket and moving, that has nothing to do with his throwing arm. Is when you ever saw his passes, they weren't tight spirals anymore. These were like wobbly ducks. And again, if you're throwing a wobbly pass, it takes longer to get there. Balls get knocked down, get picked off, bat in the air, whatever. You saw just on a couple drives that he had, the 2 touchdowns to Pat Freiermuth, man. Let me tell you something. That dude, hey, he's as good as advertised. What I'm hearing in practice, he has like one of the highest catch percentages they've ever documented so far. I don't know how that all works, but I care what I see what he does on the field, man. And yeah, the kid looks like he catches everything in his vicinity. And the one thing I like about what Ben does is when he's somebody new, he throws passes not pinpoint on purpose. He wants to see it, what he can do. How far can you got to range to catch the ball? So he's throwing balls in different spots to see what these guys are capable of and where they can make catches at. That gives him a better idea, what he can do if it comes to that in the game. And you see, he's able to kind of like that or whatever, be able to put it in different spots. And this kid, he gets his hands on it, he's catching it. That's not the case with Ebron, but Ebron dropped something that a 5-year-old could have caught. But he did rebound. He caught some balls from Rudolph in the second half, made some plays. I'm not going to write him off. You got to have a couple. You got to have a couple tight ends. Needs to work on. I guess he supposedly did good on his blocking too, but he's got to become that full tight end. You know what I mean? So it's good to have. Again, it's good to be deep in every position. Football is. One man goes down, another guy's got to step up. You know what I mean? You don't want to. You don't want to have that type of drop off. Okay, so Ben was 8 of 10, couple touchdowns, looks really good. At first, I wanted to see him under center. Najee's as good as advertised. One guy was like, "Oh, you really know he's good? What's he done in the NFL? He hasn't had an opportunity to step in the NFL. He'll be the best running back in the NFL." I'm not joking around with that. I can say that with confidence, man. Okay, because let me tell you something. I'm the first one to say that college success does not translate to NFL success. But guess what? You know what? He when you go to Alabama and you play under Nick Saban, that's the closest thing you can get to prepare you to go to the NFL. Okay, so he can't control that he hasn't been in the NFL. But again, everybody talking about Le'Veon Bell and all that stuff like that. He has all those same qualities and attributes, except I think over time he'll be able to do them better. He's bigger, he's faster, he's more explosive. He's got great vision. He's got the patience. He's got the footwork. He's got the bounce. Whatever. So the guy he's an absolute monster, man. And he's a game changer, man. As you saw, like whatever. Now, of course, this line, this so-called offense, I don't even know what the starting five is going to be. I don't know if Chooks is. I think they're probably going to go with him because he's been there. But I think Dan Moore Jr. is coming on so strong that he could overtake Zach Banner's coming off an injury. If Zach Banner's fully healthy, he's ahead of Chooks. And if Dan Moore, I think, whatever, if they just didn't want to go with a rookie, but if they're going to go with Kendrick Green at center, why not? To me, I mean, Chooks should be on the bench, and I'm not sure about Trey Turner's, I guess, a Pro Bowl guard, but he's been injured the last couple of years, hasn't been productive. So I don't know what he's like if he's fully healthy. Again, these guys haven't practiced together. So I think it's going to be, you know what I mean, a work in progress, and hopefully they get their starting five somewhere down the road and they keep getting gelling and getting better. Because this line is going to really dictate how good this offense can really be. As you see, if they just hold the blocks at all, Najee's getting 5-6 yards, falling forward every time on a minimum, man. And then you already see what he did in the backfield. He took a ball, 50-some yards, whatever, got out in space against a linebacker. He's going to take that all day, man. And not only that, linebackers are, 220, 230 nowadays. He's bigger than them. He's bigger and faster than them. You saw that. He cuts around the corner, go up the sideline. So, all right, let's get to, we discussed that. People were talking about Joe Schobert playing slow. Look, Joe Schobert has said it himself. He just got here. He's still learning the playbook. You know, if he's, again, how can I say? He can't play fast if you don't know the playbook. If you're thinking out there, you're not reactive. You're not going to play fast. You're going to be a couple steps slow. So again, I'm not worried about that. We knew it was a work in progress. In Jacksonville, they said they weren't even tackling in practice. So again, and then he got traded before they had their first game. So he wasn't even doing anything like that. So again, once he gets the playbook down, like I said, or whatever like that, and he knows there, and he can play without thinking, he can just, instead of thinking, he's reacting, you'll see the guy who we traded for. The guy's a tackling machine, man. He's solid. He's going to be in the right place. He's going to have everybody else in the right place. He's not going to make mistakes. That's why we got him. Okay? I'm not worried about that at all. People are going to judge him. That's insane. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. All right. Now, let's get to Mason Rudolph. All right. Y'all might be surprised about this. Now, you got some of the so-called naysayers about Mason all of a sudden trying to backtrack. Oh, yeah, you actually look pretty good, blah, 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 without all this. Oh, he can't finish right. I said, look, before this game happened, I said that was the main criticism of him. There's times where he looks good. He looks real sharp. But for whatever reason, if it's taking unnecessary sack, not getting rid of the ball, a penalty, a drop, like whatever, whatever you want to call it, the drives always stall out. Okay? He just seems like he can't finish drives off. And if he does somehow get a drive to score, it's usually threes, it's not sevens. And that's the criticism I had before any of these games last night. People are like, oh, well, I guess he's 27, I think, of 37. I don't know for how many yards, but the completion percentage is basically 73%. It's efficient. But again, that's not what we're used to. We got a Hall of Fame quarterback, and everybody, he's not Ben. You see what Ben did. Ben's putting sevens up there. And that's the thing. And as far as Haskins, he only had 2 drives. But I'll say this much: I was more impressed with what I saw last night. Just here's the difference. Technically, Mason's faster than Haskins. Technically faster than Haskins. He ran 4.940 and Haskins a 5.04, but it's got nothing to do with that, man. You're not running in a straight line, and you're not running in shorts. Again, Mason's problem has always been his pocket awareness, his pocket presence, not being able to sense the pass rush, feel the pressure coming. Well, Haskins does seem like he has a little bit of pocket awareness, a pocket presence, and is able to escape the pocket, to extend the plays, but here's the problem. He's not accurate. I will say, I like the aggressive, him taking shots, but the balls are nowhere near anybody. Any deep shot he's taken, if the guy's not wide open, the balls are nowhere near these guys. So, and he's been a career 60% completion percentage guy in the NFL or whatever. So, and again, the preseason hasn't changed that. Now him and Mason are great when they're just dumping the ball off, but that's what they've all been known to do. But where I will say is Mason has. Even that ball to Juju, that ball was placed right there. That's the only place you can put it. They give Juju opportunity. Even if Juju catches it, hit his backside, hit the white line. It obviously would have been out of bounds anyway. But Mason throws a lot better deep ball. So again, there's pros and cons with both of them. So again, Mason's not good at eluding the pressure. He's not good at escaping the pocket. He can't get out of the pocket. He just doesn't sense it until it's too late. He gets that deer in headlight. It's like he doesn't understand. Now, Haskins did that last night. He was able to escape multiple times. But again, that's the thing. He got, just like how Mason's not finishing off the drives, Haskins not finished off those plays when he's able to escape the pocket. Like or whatever, and the play breaks down, and when he's extending the play, he's got to complete those passes. That's finishing the play. He's having a problem with that. multiple times in preseason where he's gotten out of the pocket, and the majority of the time his throws are incomplete. He completed the one pass for a touchdown against the Eagles or whatever. The guy was wide open. If there's any type of coverage, he's not completing any of these passes. So again, that's what he has to work on. And Mason's got to. I mean, I don't know if you can fix that. I don't know if you could ever fix somebody who just seems to stand in the pocket a second too long instead of trying to scramble and get out to buy more time. And that's what Mason's problem is. He just sits in the pocket too long. He's got to be able to. He's got to be able to sense that pass rub and sense the pressure's getting to him and get out and roll out. Haskins did do that. The last one he took a sack, they had, I think, a nickel blitz coming off or whatever, and he didn't really have an opportunity to, before he got going. But he scrambled out a couple times, and at least he took some shots. Inaccurate, but there you go. You see there's pros and cons to both of them. Mason's more accurate, but he can't extend plays and he can't move. He can't get out the pocket. Haskins can get out the pocket and escape pressure, but he's inaccurate. He can't complete passes. So basically, it becomes the same result. The same result happens. So again, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, what my whole complaint was, I'm not saying Mason's great. Never did. Never said he was the future. I said he's a backup. But at the same time, what I'm saying is, with Haskins, I'm not. When people are saying, "Oh, you're like, what's Haskins done?" My whole thing is, trust me. If Haskins was that good and all this and all that, he'd already done bypass Mason, bro. We wouldn't be having this argument, oh, is he better than Mason? His play would show it's not even a question. But it's not. He's not outplaying Mason. He's not outplaying Mason. He's had a couple scoring drives, just like whatever. But again, third, fourth string. Mason's been the better passer. Haskins, the only thing he's done better, and everybody does that better than Mason, is extend the plays. Escape pressure, escape the pocket. But he's not completing the passes when he's doing it. So again, it doesn't matter if you can escape. And on the run, he had a good run, and then he slides 10 yards before, at least 5 yards, a minimum of 5 yards between 10 yards for a guy's anywhere near him. So you almost ruin your own run. You playing soft, bro. I know you ain't trying to get hurt, but come on, man. You got to have a little toughness to you, bro. You know what I mean? So again, he has to work on, when he gets out of there, again, he rushes. He kind of does what Mason does when the pressure gets to Mason makes bad throws. When Mason sits in there and he's comfortable, he makes good throws. Mason gets pressure, he rushes, his mechanics become flawed, and there's incompletions. There you go. So, and same with Haskins. When he get out the pocket, he starts to rush, and then all of a sudden he's making incomplete passes. He runs and sliding down before anybody's there, man. Come on. You robbed yourself another good 5 yards at least. So, like I said, there's pros and cons to both of them. Mason's more accurate, but he can't move. Dwayne has more pocket presence, can skip the pocket, but he can't. He's inaccurate. He's not accurate with the football. So again, these guys can't finish off drives. And you saw here's a difference. You saw Ebron dropped that ball. Okay, Ben had one play where he's breaking tackles, sitting there scrambling up one way or whatever, throws the ball to Ebron, he drops it. There's the difference. These guys aren't. If you guys want the Steelers to be what they are, you don't want to see either one of these guys when Ben's going. Like I said, I'll stand by my statement. I want Ben, as long as Ben's feeling good, he wants to play, and he's healthy. Ben's the quarterback here. I don't care if it's this year and another year after that. I don't care. Ben's the quarterback here. Nobody should be talking. We don't care about number 2. Because the only reason I'm talking about these clowns, because if Ben walks away, then we're talking about these clowns being number 1. And these guys, I told you what they need to do. They need to stay on the sideline and hold a clipboard and watch a Hall of Famer and watch how he gets it done. Take notes. Okay, well, they can take all the notes they want. And they're like, oh, well, Ben's going to tutor them. It doesn't matter. Ben can't put his ability in them. He can't play for them. It doesn't matter who teaches you. They're not good enough. They're not good enough. Okay? Like everybody's stuck on Haskins. This is not Ohio State. He's not going to throw 50 touchdown passes in the NFL. Hell, he's only got 12 touchdown passes in 2 years in the NFL. Okay? He's not doing it. All right? Trust me. How long did it take before we knew Ben was the man in Pittsburgh? What? Like a couple weeks? You saw it. He had that X factor. He had that it factor. You can't. Again, he has that you can't teach. You saw it right away. The stuff that he did. you already knew he was going to be it. And that's what a lot of guys in here. You can tell, you can see the talent potential that this guy has the opportunity to be great. I didn't see that with Rudolph. And I definitely don't see what Haskins. Either one of them. These guys, at best, you want them to be able to be a last resort backup option, and they can come in and give you an opportunity to win a game. Because with these guys, you're lucky if you had them start a full 17-game slate. You're lucky to be a 500 team. And again, that's with our squad with the great defense. So, and it might not, it probably less than that. So again, I'm not really worried about the quarterback thing. Again, I mean, that's why we're talking about this. The only reason, and I don't want to jinx ourselves, but you're not talking about these guys unless Ben gets hurt or something like that or whatever. We're not even speaking of this or whatever. And I don't ever want that to happen. You know what I mean? So, that's what we're talking about here. But other than that, here's another thing I want to hit on. Kalen Ballage, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing, man. And I told my dad, man, look, I mean, steel curtain guy from the 70s, man. I mean, die hard, bleeds black and yellow, man. Black and gold, whatever you want to call it from back then, whatever. Dude, this guy right here, man, I've been saying it, man. I've seen him like that. I said, this guy's got good size. He's got great vision. He's got good patience, like whatever. And he's always falling forward. Catch the ball at the backfield. I said, I know we got Najee. I've been knowing that. But the problem is, what do we have? What do we have behind him? And I'm sorry, Benny Snell's not NFL caliber. Jalen Samuels is a backup, and McFarland. And here's another thing. Here's another thing about Anthony McFarland. Look, I'm not going to knock him, but they're trying to. I think I'm starting to see a little bit of Dre Archer. You know, a little bit. He had that great game against Ohio State. Can't take that away from him. But that's pretty much kind of what got him drafted. Some of those, his big splash plays. But here's the problem. I like anything's better than Randy Fichtner. What Matt Canada to me wasn't putting him in a position to succeed. You gotta play to your guys' talents and their strengths, not to their weaknesses. McFarland. So here's what I'm saying. You just don't you just don't line McFarland up in the backfield and hand him up the middle. That's not going to work. If you're doing that, you're doing toss sweeps. You're doing misdirection plays, trash where you're doing reverses. And I want him to get work on his hands. I want him in the slot, getting into the middle of the field, doing option routes against linebackers. You saw, like whatever. That's where you can see his talents really shine. Not just handing him the ball up the middle and him running to his own blockers, running to a pack line. That's not gonna. You're not taking advantage of his skill set. That's not what you do. He's too small to be able to came through that. We've seen that. Get this guy. You got to get him the ball in space. That's all I can tell you. Anywhere in space and give him an opportunity to make a man miss. That's where you see his talent shine through. So, like I said, he's like a third down scat back. So play him as that. Stop lining him up in the backfield and hand the ball up the middle. You're wasting plays. You're wasting downs. Nah. But like I said, I think finally, like I said, I think we got a diamond in the rough with Ballage. Don't talk about him just making a roster. He's our number 2 guy right now. He is number 2 behind Najee. That's no question about this. He is a complete back. Okay? He's a complete back. And we need that. I don't want to have a severe drop-off. Najee can't play every snap. So it's good to be able to not have no drop, barely any drop-off, if at all, when Ballage comes in. That's it. So that's what I was more worried about. We need somebody else. Football, you got to be as deep as you can at positions. Players go down all the time, bro. That's where you got to do it. It gets how, you know what I mean? You can have a star player, but who do you have behind them? Okay? It's just football. So, I like that guy. So, again, he's definitely solidified his position on this team. And, like I said, as far as the quarterbacks, at this point, we're going to have, to me, our future quarterback is not on this roster as of now. Nope, not on this roster at all. I don't know how we're going to go about doing that. Drafting one, trading up, whatever, but he's not on this roster. And I think we're going to have to draft our own again. Again, we only spent a 3rd round pick on Mason. And Haskins just took a flyer or whatever. But these guys, I don't know. I mean, they keep on going back, though he was drafted. So what? Josh Rosen was drafted ahead of him. And what's he doing? He's not even on a roster now. and it was only 1 year before Haskins. It doesn't guarantee you anything. It's not going to keep you in this league. It's just going to buy you more opportunities to somehow stick somewhere as a backup. So, yeah. We're going to have to draft our guy. And I'm sorry. I mean, it's just the way that went. NFL is, it's an impatient league. You don't have time to go 3-13, have multiple, seasons of not performing. So, like I said, it didn't take long to know that Ben had that it factor. You can't explain. You already knew he was the real deal. And these guys haven't shown that. Mason Rudolph, like I said, again, these guys are backups. Somebody that you would love to turn and be able to rely on if something or whatever, just to give you an opportunity to win. They're not somebody you can build a team around and build a future around. So that's where it is with that. I think other than that, everything looked really good. Deontay Johnson, if he can, let me tell you, if Deontay Johnson can catch the ball consistently, I've been saying this. He's the second coming of Santonio Holmes, man. He plays just like him. He's a game changer. He's a straight game changer, bro. Okay, he can get screens, take life. Again, he was our best punt returner too. And let me shout this out. Look, I like Ray McCloud, but he's again, he had one return, maybe two in the beginning. And other than that, he was letting balls that he should have fair caught, whatever. Pin us deep down against our goal line. He did that last night again instead of catching or whatever, and has some room to return or at least do something. That Sexton kid, man, I'll tell you what, man. He's making plays back there, man. That's 2 big runs so far in this preseason. And to me, I'm not saying, to me, I think we should keep 6. I don't know if you'd be able to, I don't want to take a chance of just waiting these guys and hope they clear and then bring them back to the practice squad. I would love to keep both of them. If we can keep 6, that'd be great. Because those 2 guys are different. They're little slot guys. We got all our other guys, like saying, they're big, long. These guys are short, quick guys. We don't have those type of guys on the roster. So why not keep both of them? I think it's clear cut. I mean, if we can somehow keep 6, I'd love to keep 6. I don't know if they'll do that, but I don't want to see the Sexton kid go. I really don't. I like him. I mean, even if it's just a punt return, I like to see him get in the slot, see what he can do in the slot, though, too, if you get an opportunity. He's ran a 4.340, and this kid, I think he would get picked up just off those 2. When you cut somebody, trust me, teams are short and adept at certain positions. They're going to go look over tape, and they're going to see these 2 punt returns. So again, a lot of chances are he's going to get scooped up, and I don't want to see that happen. So let's keep Sexton, man. I want to see keep him, and we have to make a decision on Ray McCloud. I mean, at the end of the day, I wasn't really impressed. I always thought Deontay Johnson was the best punt returner. Hey, he always made something happen. Yeah, sometimes he might lose a couple of yards, but so what? He's trying to make something happen. Okay. And, whatever. So, but again, I don't know if they want him out there trying to get hurt on a punt return. So, But again, Santonio Holmes used to do it. AB used to do it. So again, I don't even know why we ever switched. But if we could, I'd love to keep both. Just for insurance policy. So I like that. I like what I saw from that kid. Alex Highsmith looked good. Melvin Ingram had a nice play. Almost pulled the guy in there for a safety at the goal line. I'd like to see that. Let's get this contract done with T.J. Watt, man. Let's get this contract. We'll stop playing games. The guy's done everything for this organization. He's a class act on and off the field. Somebody's talking about first, you can't pay this guy. You got to pay this guy. You take this guy off our roster, our defense is nowhere near as the same threat. I mean, look, if he wants $100 million, then let's do it. Let's do 5 years, $150, $100 million guaranteed, $30 million annually. So let's get it done. Okay? You know what you're getting from him. I don't care about 2 first-round picks. I guess if you want to do that, maybe you can draft your quarterback and whatever, you can use it. But guess what? You can't guarantee the production. So what? You got a first-round draft pick. That doesn't mean these guys are going to be any as good. You're talking about to me, in my opinion, who should have been the defensive player of the year last year and to beat the best defensive player in football in T.J. Watt. Definitely the best edge rusher in football. You just don't trade away a guy like this in his prime. Get the contract done. Okay? Get the contract done. And I like the Schobert deal. Trust me, he'll prove me right. I think we got a solid linebacker for a good long time, too, to go along with Bush. And we'll see if Bush can come back healthy or whatever. I was kind of harsh on him like that or whatever because I'm tired of seeing him getting beating coverage all day long when he's supposed to be a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. And that was supposed to be a strong suit of his. I ain't seen it. So, but again, he had 9 tackles as a rookie. His season got cut short in an injury last year. Because I was like, I really thought, we didn't really drop off. I thought Spillane was great in short pass coverage and played great, whatever. So, but again, like I said, Bush is going to get every opportunity these next couple years, and he'll decide it. I mean, again, he controls his own destiny, and I'm fine with the depth. That's fine. I mean, I like Spillane, but hey, you know what? If we got Schobert and Spillane, so what? He can give them a blow, and we're just deeper in that position. That's what I like. Constantly creating depth at safety. I don't know what they're thinking at safety. We have nobody behind Mick and Evans. I've seen little spurts of this Norwood kid. Looks okay sometimes, and sometimes he's not. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what's going on with Antoine Brooks. They're like making him in a nickel slot. I tell you what. Let me hit on this. Pierre, I hear a lot of great things with Pierre, this and like that or whatever. I know the one guy kind of pushed off the trail separation, but he seems like he's in the game though. He's behind. It's like he's moving a step slow. Like he's almost playing passive. And let me tell you something. I've been hard on Justin Lane for who knows how long, man. Like, this guy's playing scared. Justin Lane actually looked pretty good last night. And from what I hear in practice, he's picked a couple balls off. So he was right there. He seemed like he gained some confidence, and all of a sudden now he's playing faster. He's playing better. He's right there. So I'm liking what I'm seeing with that. Pierre, they act like he's already beat Sutton out for that opposite quarterback slot, opposite Joe Hayden. I don't know. I mean, he's doing okay. I mean, I wouldn't just, I don't know. I mean, obviously, and I don't know. But I like seeing Lane playing better, because at one point I thought he was just going to be a bust. Third round pick, he's a bust. But he might be a late bloomer. So I like that, whatever. I want to see Pierre be more aggressive, man. I mean, I hear the great things in practice, but guess what? We don't play games in practice. We play real games when the lights are on. It's all about how you play in between those white lines when it counts. So hopefully, like, I don't know what they're doing at safety depth. We don't really have nothing. And again, that's why I said I think Cam Sutton will probably be the slot corner in a lot of positions, because Arthur Brooks, what's his name? Antoine Brooks. And then Arthur Millette. It's Arthur Millette and Antoine Brooks. Antoine Brooks has been hurt, but he was more like a safety / corner. So again, I don't think they want to see him in coverage. Neither Arthur Millette. They're kind of like more like backup safety. So maybe that's what they're looking at him in that Norwood. They'll have to back up safety. But again, I'd rather put more cornerbacks on the field, if that's Sutton, Pierre, whatever, as far as coverage is concerned. I don't know why we would try to stick a former safety in the slot as playing like a nickel cornerback. Nah, So to me, they should be working on playing safety alone. Keep them off the field. Put your best, and I think Keith Butler hit the nail on the head with it. Put your best players on the field. And Cam Sutton's got to be on the field. I don't care if he's starting opposite of Hayden or he's in the slot. Keep your best guys on the field. And in my honest opinion, that'd be Millette and Brooks on the bench. They don't belong out there. They're too young, and they're going to get beat. I mean, come on. I mean, go back to Antoine Brooks in Maryland. The balls thrown against him were completed at a 70% clip. That's not good. So if you can't succeed in college, what's he going to do in the NFL? So I don't want to see that. Cam Sutton has been a ball hog. I don't care if he's struggling or not. He can play both. He is a tweener. He can play safety and corner, inside or out. That's the versatility that we need. Keep him on the field, whatever how you want to do it. He's just got to be on the field. That's it. So I just figured I'd give you my thoughts. Everybody enjoy your Sunday, man. Have a great week. All right, take it easy.